Hello. Welcome to Game Review, and I am your host, Brendan Shannon, and today we will be reviewing Jedi: The Fallen Order, a Star Wars game, which holds a dear spot in my heart, because if this is not my favorite game of all time, it's definitely close to top three. Top three, I'll give it that, top three. Can't rate them all. So it is an honor to be able to review this game. So we're going to be breaking down some of the basics of game design and the things, even going into the software and the music and the sound and the visuals and gameplay. So this will be fun. I can't wait. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it too. So welcome once again to Game Review. First, let's talk about something that a lot of the parents are gonna wonder about this. Can my child play this game? Is it too bad? Is it like GTA 5 bad, or is it like Lego Star Wars good? It's not even in the medium, it's more close to the Lego Star Wars because, yes, there is death in the game, but it's Star Wars death, so it's like little lines in them and stuff, and like weird creatures and stuff, so it's not like horribly violent or even gore or anything, and it doesn't have any like, you know, weird suggestions towards other things going on in the plot. It's actually a really wholesome game. It's Star Wars. It's a lot similar. It's really similar to the movies. It's a really Star Warsy game, which is weird to say about a Star Wars game, but they have released other Star Wars games that just didn't feel that Star Wars to it, but this is really Star Warsy. It's really good, really wholesome. All of the things they talk about, they don't talk about anything like bad. The worst they talk about is one of the dudes used to be a gambler, and that's really the worst that they talk about. They don't really talk about anything bad. So, you know, yes, in my opinion, it's rated teen. It's not even rated M. This is appropriate for a younger audience. They might be hard for them to play because it's not an easy game, but it is an appropriate game. Another very important aspect to gaming is, of course, the gameplay. What about this game makes it different from other games, makes me want to play it, makes it something that's just not another thing you can get for free on the PlayStation Store? So this is a story-based game, but it's got a open world, free roam aspect. So it's got each planet, you can go and explore planets. Each planet has its own percentage for how much you've completed. And it'll show you what you have and haven't gotten. So you can go and explore and get these things. There's these things called the Force Echoes. There's the chests and stuff like that. You can get your little robot to scan things. And so even after you beat the game, you can go and do all that, which I have gotten 100% on all the planets. So it's very tedious to do, but it's really fun, especially if you just really like the game and you don't want to start a new game or just, you know, kind of get rid of playing it, start something else just yet. It's something that's really worth doing, and the gameplay is really smooth, really good. So it's got free roam aspects, but it's also really level based. Another very important thing, and this goes like hand in hand with the last thing I just talked about, which was gameplay. So this is mechanics. The gameplay doesn't mean a lot without the mechanics, because the way a game is played is determined by the mechanics. So there's no like stealth mechanic or anything in this game, but you are a Jedi. So there's this thing called a meditation circle. They're all around the maps. And so if you clear some enemies, you clear them all. If you go around the whole map without taking any damage or dealing any hurt, and you clear the whole map, there's not going to be anyone there. But most likely, that's not going to be the way it is. In order to heal and get all of your force back, you need to rest. But when you rest, the bad guys come back. So they're constantly respawning when you rest. So there's that, and there's also a skill tree that you get for leveling up, which there is the Force branch, which is ultimately your Force push, the things you unlock, your like the wall run and stuff like that. I'm not going to tell you everything just in case you do want to play it. And then there's the health aspect, which is where you get health, or how much health you have, how much health regenerates, and stuff like that. And then there's the power, which is the attacking, just the lightsaber, really is just the lightsaber and how that works. So it's got 3 branches to it, and so the mechanics, it's kind of, skill based, how you level up and you skill. But the more you level up, rather than the enemies leveling with you, you actually get more powerful. So at the beginning of the game, it seems like you're really kind of just a nuisance to the Empire, but then after a while, you become kind of really scary to the Empire, which is a really cool feeling throughout the game. So the mechanics are really good in this game too. Something that's really important about the game outside of the playing it itself is the price. How expensive is it? How available is it anywhere? For this game, you can pretty much get it at any game store. You can get it on any online play, like Amazon. I'm not on eBay, so I don't know about eBay, but Amazon, the Walmart website, other sites of stores. I mean, it's pretty much anywhere that sells video games. And for price, it's $60 still. It's a newer game, but there are games that are much more expensive than that, like Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Whenever you buy that with the bundle, it was $100. It was like $120. This is $60. And that's just the game itself. It does get more expensive if you get different versions. And, we'll most likely see a Game of the Year version come out soon, or a Golden Edition come out soon, or the all DLC included type thing, which there are no DLC yet. But it's a really reasonable price, especially for how good of the game is. I mean, even like $30 games, I mean, they're good, they're cheap, but it would be more worth it just to spend that extra $30 on a really good game. And so as far as price goes, it is $60, but it's not like a bad game that's not worth the $60. So as far as price, I'm not going to say great. I'm not going to say even good or horrible or bad. I'm going to say reasonable, because most games are $60, especially for how good this one is. Something that you might be wondering, or might not, I'm going to tell you anyway, is my personal feelings and my personal, star rating of the game. I would give this a 4.5 star rating. And I know I've been talking about it like it's nothing but good, because it is. But the game, once you start, I run mine on PS4. I don't know about Xbox or PC. But what I do know is, once I started getting to the full completion of the game, it kind of started slowing down and bugging out a little bit, because it kind of couldn't handle it. And so I don't know if that was just my game, but I got a lot of problems with it. My game crashed a lot. It was really good and worth it, but having to always get on and off and on and off was frustrating. But so that, it does bug a little bit. I mean, no game's perfect. No game is perfect at all. But overall, it was flawless. I mean, overall, it was great. It was amazing. But I probably shouldn't have said flawless, because there are little bugs. And I would say a lot of the things that I didn't like about it were things that will most likely be fixed in the future due to updates, due to patches, and stuff like that. So overall, my out of 5 star rating is a 4.5 star rating, which is really good. Finally, do I recommend this game for you to go out to the store and buy so that you will play it for yourself? The answer is yes. The simple answer is yes. Whether you are an adult, I mean, I'm not saying you have to, come home from work and get straight on the game, or beat it within a week, or, whether it takes you a year, but this game is worth it. Whether you're an adult, whether you're a little kid, a teenager, someone who is retired and has nothing to do and just wants to try the video game life. I mean, I do. I recommend it. I would recommend you go out and buy it. Not go out and buy it right now, not during these circumstances, but, you know, to get this game and play it and try it out for yourself. But, you know, especially if you're a Star Wars fan and you loved the books and you loved the movies and the shows like the Clone Wars or the Mandalorian or Star Wars Rebels and stuff like that, or you grew up watching Star Wars, you are gonna love this game. It's so Star Warsy. It's so wholesome. It's so good. The character development is great. It's fun. It is really fun after you master and get good at the combat, because the combat is a little hard to understand at first until you get good at the combos and stuff. But then, I mean, the game really takes off and it's really fun, and it gives you like this sense of like the kind of power that the Jedi had over other people but decided not to use that like the Sith used it, but just kind of I really recommend that you get this for yourself so that I don't have to try and put to words how amazing this game is. So ultimately, yes, I recommend that you do buy this game.